cotton suits. Should you get them? Well, the common advice is that it shouldn't be your first suit, fifth suit, or whatever arbitrary order dictated by some random guy on the internet, and if it weren't for Proper Cloth offering to make one for me, I wouldn't even give it a thought. Anyway, here's the suit, and also this shirt, and also these trousers which I'll review later, and if you're here just for the promo code, here you go. Okay, without further ado, now just so we're on the same page, the cotton I'm referring to is cotton twill. Like this one from Duca Visconti. It's made from Supima cotton and coupled with the left-hand twill creates a soft and buttery hand. At 250 GSM, it's pretty lightweight and thin, but because of how densely woven the twill is, it actually feels about as heavy as my 400 GSM Irish linen jacket and far less breathable. Even without any lining, canvas or shoulder padding, just 5 minutes in this humid weather and I was already cooking. So definitely not a suit for summer outdoor weddings. Although I will say that Proper Cloth allows you to opt for the back of the collar to be made of the same fabric as opposed to the standard Melton wool on most jackets which tend to trap heat around the neck. Anyway, for a more detailed review of the jacket construction, check out this video. I'd say as long as you're indoors most of the time or you live in a place where summers aren't humid, I wouldn't worry about overheating. In fact, I think cotton suits, because of their slightly insulating properties, are much better suited for spring and early fall. They are decidedly casual. They are the kind of suits you wear because you like to wear suits. It doesn't look out of place with a dress shirt and tie, you can layer it with a sweater when it gets chilly, swap it for a camp collar shirt when the temperatures rise, or a check shirt for a fall look. This one's the California plaid from their latest fall collection, and it's got a somewhat peachy, lightly napped hand. Feels super nice on the body, and if you are interested in the shirt's construction, go check out my review here. You can also start it with casual pieces like say t-shirt and Tyrolean shoes, and feel free to hit the dislike button if you disagree, but I think it's totally fine to wear cotton suits with t-shirts and sneakers. I think this works because unlike other casual suitings like linen, fresco or wool silk linen blends, cotton twill drapes poorly. While those fabrics are more textured than cotton twill, which is desirable in a casual context, they are too drippy, too elegant for a sneaker, in my opinion. The poor drip of cotton, on the other hand, breaks up the lines to give it a distinctly scruffy look. You either love it or hate it. Personally, I like it because I like my clothes to have a lived-in look. Not to mention, it'll develop more character as it fades over time. And when it's finally time for a wash, the trousers can be machine washed. Still hesitant about putting the jacket in the wash, but given its unstructured construction, it's probably okay to hand wash it gently. Now, I'd say the best part about cotton suits is that they can be worn as separates without looking like they are orphaned. You can pair the jacket with grey out trousers, jeans, khaki chinos, this one's also from Proper Cloth, and you can treat the trousers just like any other chino. It goes with pretty much any casual top. T-shirts, short sleeve polos, long sleeve polos, popovers, OCBDs, you get the idea. Now let's take a closer look at the trousers. Okay, so these are the stretch cotton dress pant. They go for 245 USD and are made in Proper Cloth's dress pant construction. The fabric is the same as the suit I covered earlier, just in a different color and 20 GSM heavier, so I'll focus more on the construction and fit. Starting with the hardware, you've got a matching coloured YKK zipper, Proper Cloth branded horn buttons, shanked as expected, and branded side adjusters too. They are kinda thicker than what I'm used to, but they work just fine, so maybe they'll grow on me. And lastly, the wooden hanger is a nice touch. Okay, next, the stitching quality. It's mostly okay all around, some minor loose threads here and there, but nothing a little snip can't fix. Buttonholes are also neat, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the pig stitching on the hem and fly is done using an AMF machine. Reason being, the stitches look too consistent, and I don't think pig stitching by hand can be expected at this price point, even if it's made in Thailand. Not complaining though, because it does make the pants look a bit more handmade. Another underrated detail is the grosgrain reinforcement on the hem. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's there to prevent your shoes from damaging the fabric. If that's the case, then that's a really thoughtful detail, but personally, I prefer not to have it so that it's less of a hassle for me to alter the length if I want to next time. But if you do have a trusted alteration seamstress, I wouldn't worry about it. Other details that are standard on their dress pants are the split waistband, the hidden coin pocket, the 2 back pockets, and the reverse pleats, but only if you opt for pleats. I'm more for the split waistband, but I could do without the coin pocket, and I wish I could opt for only 1 back pocket and 4 forward pleats instead. That's just me, so more power to you if their standard is your thing. Okay, next, the trousers feature pipings on the fly, a pretty uncommon detail, and lining around the waistband. It's all nicely finished and even extends to the crotch area. And no, if you're wondering, it doesn't rub against your balls, unless you go commando. And finally, if you ever need to let out the waist, there's about 2 inches of excess fabric. There's also some excess on the inseam and outseam, but not the most generous compared to my other trousers. In terms of fit, I entered the measurements based on my favorite pair of wool trousers, and this is how they turned out. The measurements are all spot on, except that the hips and thighs are slimmer than what I've inputted. I suspect it's due to Provocloud's pattern making formula overriding my inputted measurements so that it fits within their desired range of proportions. In other words, you can't deviate too much from their house cut. Also, I've got an anterior pelvic tilt, and my right leg is bowed, so unless I go bespoke, slimmer trousers will tend to bag around my knees and my right side will flare out. Nothing Provocloud could have done, or any other non-bespoke maker for that matter, so something to keep in mind if you have similar fit issues. So at $245 USD plus shipping, obviously these can't compare to hand-finished bespoke trousers, but they are certainly a step above entry-level brands in the custom menswear space. If you simply want a pair of custom pants without the bells and whistles at an affordable price, there are plenty of brands offering that, and you're better off going for those. But if you're willing to spend a bit more for the extra details, and you're okay with some limitations to the customizations, and their silhouette appeals to you, and you don't have any major fit issues, then yes, definitely go for Provocloud. And remember to use this code to get 10% off your first order. Until next time, stay subtle.